May I come in?
Yes, come in please.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Have your seats.
Thank you, ma'am.
What is your good name?
My name is Harmehak from class 9th B, roll number 20.
And what is your name please?
My name is Priyal Roy, class 9th B, roll number 29.
Priyal, what are your hobbies?
My hobbies are dancing and cooking.
So how do you spare time for the hobby?
I have made a timetable at home through which I can get more time for studies as well as for my hobbies.
Harmehak, how many years you are studying in this school?
Around 10 years, I'm here since LKG.
Can you tell me something special you have learned from the school?
The school has taught me so many things like discipline, better sports, curricular activities are also there in the school. The teaching of the school is very nice. The teachers have also inculcated many other moral values in us.
Right. Priyal, what is your topic for today?
My topic is childhood is the happiest span of life.
Please speak up.
A man is a mortal creature created by the Almighty who passes through various stages of life and is governed by various emotions. The most happiest and the love stage is the childhood, a stage which brings a smile on each face as we remember about it. It brings a smile on every face as we talk about it. One may argue that as we grow up, we have many more ways to express ourselves, but being a grown-up brings on responsibility, whereas being a child is fun. If one grow up, it get cautious about its responsibilities and which take away the adventure element of the human nature and the happiness is gone. As we grow up, we start communicating with kids of our age and with friends come the craziest ideas like climbing the tree, breaking windows or whatever our mischievous brain could think of. As we grow up and look back at this time, we start realizing that this was a happy span of life and we just enjoy the moment, each and every moment as we remember about it.
Harmehak, please ask a question from your friend.
Why do you think being a grown-up increases responsibilities?
We could take example of a working mother. What is her routine? Her routine is just to wake up early in the morning, cook food for her whole family, go to work, come back from work and do these things again. But what could be a timetable of a child? Only to play, to study, to play and to study. Isn't this better?
Priyal, how can you make childhood memorable one?
We can make our childhood memorable one by spending each and every moment of it like it's the last one, sparing time from our studies and enjoying it with our friends and giving gossips and all giggles at one time. We can also do this by not getting matured at very early stage.
Right. Harmehak, what is your topic for today?
My topic is bulimia nervosa.
Please speak up.
Bulimia nervosa is an eating disorder characterized by binge eating and purging, or consuming a large amount of food in a short amount of time, followed by an attempt to rid oneself of the food consumed, typically by vomiting, taking a laxative or stimulant, or excessive exercise due to extensive concern of the body weight. Bulimia nervosa is 9 times more likely to occur in women than men. These habit-forming dangerous practices occur while the sufferer is trying to keep its weight under a self-imposed threshold. This can also lead to health deterioration, potassium loss and depression, which may lead to a higher risk of suicide. Over years, the average weight and size of a woman has increased with improved nutrition, but there has also been a vast ideal from media to be thin. Media projects a thin ideal rather than a healthy one, and this has led many girls and young women to work towards having a thin body, even if it means purging.
Priyal, please ask question from your friend.
What could be the symptoms of bipolar disorder?
The symptoms for bulimia nervosa are low self-esteem, low blood pressure, constant trips to bathroom, depression, irregular menstrual cycle, extreme consciousness about weight. A person suffering with bulimia may also think that he or she is not ordinarily accepted by others. Many physical complications may also occur like muscle weakness and hallucinations.
Harmehak, what can you do to develop the habit of good intake of nutritious food among the students?
Among the students, to inculcate the they should be told about the benefits of nutritious food. In schools, teachers should also give lectures about the benefits they would get if they start taking nutritious food. The parents should also stop the children from eating junk food. They should not give them excess money so that they could buy the junk food. In schools, diet chart should also be prepared and every child should be forced to bring that nutritious food which is there in the diet chart.
Okay. Here is your problem solving round begins. during drawing period, all the students are in art room and the classroom is completely vacant. Children regularly complain that in that period, usually a costly pen gets lost. So what can be done to find the culprit? You have to discuss this between you and then I'll ask you the questions.
We should check the CCTV footages to find who's the culprit.
You can also say that when our teacher is in, when it's a free period, you come to this vacant class and just check the bags and all. You could save the CCTV camera and you could allow the teachers
To sit in that class so that no child would dare to come in that class.
and also to check the footage of the CCTV camera to catch hold of this child who is doing all this mischievous work, and then giving him punishment like suspension or fine maybe, or to.
But I don't think giving punishment is correct, because we should talk about with his parents about why he is doing all such
But
things.
if he's getting a punishment, it's automatically going to the parents.
Yes, who is going to speak first?
I'm going to speak first.
Yes.
Ma'am, we could check the CCTV footage of our camera which is there in our classroom. Through it we can catch hold of the child who is doing all these mischievous things, and after catching him, we could also give him punishment like suspension or other like paying the fine.
Harmehak, do you agree with her?
Yeah, I agree with her. We can also have an alternative that the teachers which don't have any period at that time or any class could sit in that vacant class so that no child would dare to come in and these mischievous habits would not be repeated. But according to her, if the child should be suspended, I don't think that is a good thing. We should talk with the parents of the culprit to know why he or she is doing such mistakes.
Any other suggestion can you give, Harmehak?
Other suggestions are only checking the CCTV footages and talking to the parents, and teachers should also check the bags to find who has taken the pen and to find the culprit.
What can you do on your behalf?
Ma'am, we could talk to our classmates that stealing things is not good for anyone. It just kills the self-esteem of a child, nothing else.
And what is your idea about her suggestion?
Her suggestion is correct. We should talk with our classmates that stealing is not a right thing. Stealing inculcates bad habits which may prove wrong in the further stage of life.
Any other idea, Priya?
Ma'am, teachers could also talk to the students that if we stole anyone's pen, it's just loss of ourselves, our self-esteem, and also of that child, because after that he will not be able to face his parents due to this loss.
Harmehak, please add something.
We could also talk to the children of the class to know that who has stole the pen, because children are more frank with their friends, and if we will get to know this, we could tell to the teacher, and we'll request the teacher that she may not say anything to the child, but then she could give the pen back to the child whose pen was lost.
Thank you, children.
Thank you, ma'am.
ma'am.